AI is literally everywhere right now. I mean, it's being used to generate income, write incredibly complex code, and yeah, it's even starting to replace parts of traditional jobs. It is way past the point of just being a buzzword. It's practically our new infrastructure. But beneath all the massive hype and the crazy headlines, what are the actual mechanics driving this whole thing? Well, welcome to this explainer, where we are going to figure exactly that out.
Now, with adoption spreading this incredibly fast, some really valid concerns are surfacing. Is this underlying technology actually dangerous? It's completely natural to question whether these systems we're building pose a genuine threat to our digital security or even our long-term future.
And that leads straight into the widespread automation anxiety. The big question on everyone's mind, will it replace humans entirely? With daily headlines talking about workforce displacement, it's a massive, massive concern. Are we engineering our own jobs out of existence?
Look, it is super easy to get caught up in all the sci-fi panic. But honestly, the absolute best remedy for automation anxiety is just understanding the clear mechanics. So today, we're cutting right through the dense computer science jargon to break down exactly how this technology actually operates in the simplest way possible for complete beginners.
So here is our roadmap for today. First up, demystifying artificial intelligence. Second, we'll look at the machine learning engine. Third, 2 types of AI. And finally, transforming our world. We are going to peel back the layers of this step by step.
Section 1. Demystifying artificial intelligence. Let's establish a clear, foundational understanding here. Okay, let's dive into this. At its core, artificial intelligence is simply technology that allows computers to think, learn, and make decisions in ways that would normally require human intelligence. Instead of just blindly executing rigid, human-written code, these systems analyze data, recognize complex patterns, and actually optimize themselves over time. And you actually already interact with this every single day. It's the engine behind Netflix recommending your next favorite movie, YouTube suggesting videos, Google Maps dynamically finding you the absolute fastest route, and ChatGPT doing the heavy lifting to answer your questions. So this isn't just some bleeding-edge sci-fi concept anymore, it's a daily reality. To really grasp this without drowning in computer science, think of AI like a very smart digital brain trained using huge amounts of information. The fundamental rule here is all about scale. Basically, the more data it ingests, the smarter and more accurate it becomes.
Moving on to Section 2, the machine learning engine. Let's move inward and see how this smart digital brain actually gets its intelligence.
And this brilliantly illustrates the core mechanics. The process is a simple 1-2-3 step called machine learning. Step 1, you input massive amounts of data. Step 2, the system identifies the underlying patterns. And Step 3, it predicts the most likely answer. It isn't exactly thinking with a conscious mind, right? It's really a highly advanced prediction engine.
The real magic comes from what you feed it. If you feed the model millions of cat photos, it maps visual parameters and learns what a cat looks like. Feed it historical stock market data, and it starts identifying complex market trends. Or train it on vast libraries of human conversations, and it learns to generate human-like responses. The data entirely dictates the intelligence. The more it gets, the smarter it becomes. All right, Section 3, 2 types of AI. Let's see how all this learning builds into different categories that exist today and what's predicted for the future.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the massive dividing line it creates between today's reality and tomorrow's theory. On one side, we have narrow AI, which focuses on one specific task. This is the most common type used today. On the other side is general AI, which is this theoretical future concept where an AI could actually think and learn like a human across many different domains. So all those familiar tools we just talked about, Siri, ChatGPT, YouTube recommendations, self-driving car systems, and AI image generators, those are all examples of narrow AI. They don't possess general human reasoning yet, but they are already deeply integrated into our lives, and they are improving at a staggering rate every single year.
Finally, Section 4. Transforming our world. Let's zoom out and examine the massive global impact this tech is having across society. When you look at this breakdown, the sheer scale of the revolution is wild. Businesses are overhauling customer support, marketing, data analysis, finance, and even healthcare. Students are using it for studying faster, developers are using it as an active co-pilot to help write code, and creators are scaling their output by making videos, thumbnails, music, and scripts. It is transforming nearly every industry and profession you can think of.
So the crucial point is this. Yes, the threat of job displacement is something a lot of people worry about, and that's valid.
But stepping back from that panic, learning to leverage AI right now could become a huge, huge advantage in the future. By embracing it as a tool and understanding how it works, you transition from worrying about being replaced by the tech to actually wielding it. Which brings us to perhaps the most important question of our generation. Based on everything we've covered today and seeing how it's integrating into our daily lives, do you think AI will ultimately help humanity or become dangerous in the future? It's a lot to chew on. Take a look at the data, watch the patterns, and decide for yourself. Thanks so much for joining me on this explainer.